This is the Bay and Tepe Perspective. I'm Brian Bay.
I'm Greg Tepe. Welcome to our podcast.
And this week's perspective is on just a kind of a sports generality.
Yeah.
Olympics, a little baseball, a little football, a little America.
Why not? A lot of sports stuff going on right now, or it's going to.
Yeah.
And with the Olympics ending, that's right, a few days ago now.
Few days.
As of the recording, figure I guess we can hit on the Olympics, start off the episode.
Yep.
I heard viewership was down for the Olympics this year.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a random thing.
I'll be honest, I watched it, like the first week I was all over it.
Yeah.
And then the second week I kind of fell off. And then when the medal rounds start coming, I kind of picked back up again.
Yeah, I was more of a slacker this time around than years past myself. I watched it consistently, but not as much as I used to. It'd be the whole time. It turned into as I'm going to bed or...
Yeah. Now, I will say I'm more of a Winter Olympics guy.
Right.
Always have been. So, Winter Olympics, I'll watch the Jesus out of.
Right.
Nonstop, 24/7 if I can.
I do enjoy them more, too, as I get older, I noticed.
Yeah. I think
as a kid...
Well, for me, there's more random sports.
Yeah.
And like you said, as a kid, I think I liked the sports I knew.
Yeah.
So I wanted to watch basketball.
Which I only watched... I know for sure one game. I may have watched a little bit of another one.
I watched the gold medal game all the way through, and the rest were bits and pieces.
Yeah, I watched the gold medal game all the way through, too.
So,
and even that was that was a weird game because, I know we were struggling because I see the results.
Yeah.
But, in that game, we'd pull away, and then we kind of just go cold or just do stupid stuff.
Yeah,
and France would start coming back. I'm like, come on. Now, I do know, on the basketball topic, internationally, it's got the talent starting to catch up with the United States. Yeah, think about it. Now when I watch games, I'm like, oh yeah, he plays in the NBA. Mm-hmm. So they usually go around their NBA guy a lot, which I would too. And I'm like, they're familiar with our guys' game. They play each other or their teammates.
Yeah. Well, even what's his name's team getting beat? Mavericks.
Yeah. Luka's team.
Luka. Yeah.
Yep.
I want to say Jokic, but I was like, that's not it. That's the other guy.
Yeah. Them two always get mixed up.
Luka's team. They're the ones that lost to France.
Yep.
So I'm like, huh? But then, Rudy Gobert is the France star.
Yeah, that's the one I recognize on France.
Which was wild because I'm like, in the NBA, he's really not that good.
I know. That's the other thing. I think some guys are more built for the international
They're built for
game.
a European game, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Melo's the one American I can think of that's built for it.
Oh, yeah.
And it kills me that they didn't let him be on the American team this year.
Yeah. I don't understand, but...
Because he wanted to be. I'm like, and he's a good Olympian. That's what he does. Plus, you need leadership. But
yeah,
we won the gold anyway. But I think it would have been smoother if you had someone like that.
This is kind of an odd team. Not anything really against the team that we put together, but we also know that a lot of our if you look at the NBA, a lot of the All Stars weren't even on the Olympic team because they opted out or they're
a couple were late arrivers because the finals went later this year.
Yep.
So you had the Bucks players kind of scrambling in.
Yeah, I think there's 2 Bucks players and 1 Suns if I remember right. Because Booker.
Yeah.
Drawing a blank on
Chris Middleton.
Middleton, thank you.
And there was another Bucks, but I can't think of whom.
Yeah, I can think of who it is. I can't think of his name.
I just know there was another.
He used to play for New Orleans.
Yeah,
I can't think of the dude's name. But yeah. So that's the basketball portion of the Olympics. But
yeah,
I did check out the gold medal game.
You want to go over the results real quick?
Oh yeah. The medal count. The United States.
USA.
I think I heard
USA.
4th Olympics in a row.
USA.
I think I heard
USA.
Most medals.
We
finished with 113 medals. 39 of them were gold.
39.
41 were silver. And 33 were bronze.
Nice.
And then just to round out the top 5, China was in second with 88 total.
How many golds?
38. That's one.
You were number 1 in golds also, weren't we?
Yes.
So number 1 medal and number 1 gold.
Yeah, we beat China by 1 in the gold count.
Yeah, because that's that's the main things I look at.
Yeah, that's their main.
The gold and then the overall.
That's their main thing on here too. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I'll do the gold for the rest as well. So Japan had 27 gold with 58 total medals. The host country this year. 4th was Great Britain. They had 22 golds out of 65 medals.
Brr.
And then 5th is ROC, which is Russia Olympic Committee or something weird.
Yeah, the Russian Olympic Committee. Because Russia did not win medals this year, even though we know it was them.
It's so weird. They have 20 gold and 70 out of their 71 overall. And the ROC is weird because
So who had the most overall? Not us?
We had the most overall too.
Oh, what do we have?
113.
113. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But I was watching like volleyball, and I saw ROC. I'm like, who the hell's ROC? And my gut just kept telling me like it's probably some, because you know how like the Soviet Union divided into Russia,
USSR.
Yeah, I'm like
blah.
it's probably that. And then I was watching something else, and they said,
Well, it's funny you say that. Adam, our buddy Adam,
yeah,
he quizzed me on that. He was like, without looking, who's the ROC? I was like, Russian Olympic Committee. He's like, no way. You looked it up. I was like, no. I watched the opening ceremonies.
okay.
He's like, oh, okay. I was like, so not really cheating. I knew. But I knew because I watched the opening ceremonies.
I just see ROC and I think of Jay-Z and Rockefeller.
Yeah, me too. Rockefeller, me too. That's why I did too. But no, it was because they're under suspension for the steroids.
That's what I
Russia
figured.
is being punished, quote unquote.
But then they create this committee.
Yeah. But I'm like, but it's them. I don't think, if you're really going to punish them, I'm not saying they shouldn't. I don't want to ban anyone from the Olympics because if those athletes didn't do anything wrong, say this year's Russian team did not do steroids. They were clean. They worked their asses off to get there. I'm not saying punish them and not let them do it. So I think this is probably the only way you could really do it.
I get it.
But with that said, if you're really going to punish them, it just means no athletes for the next Olympics or next two or whatever.
Should be if you're really going to punish them. But
yeah, but on that,
I also get.
But I don't want to punish athletes that have been working their whole lives.
Could you imagine like there's 5 bad apples on your national team and you can't go because those jackasses?
Yeah, you've been working since you were like 12 years old.
Yeah,
and depending on what sport, that could be 10 years. That could be your whole life.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of that, okay, do you know about this? Someone at work actually told me about this. Did you hear about the men's karate finals, gold medal game?
No.
All right, I'm gonna break it out for you real quick. So it was Saudi Arabia versus Iran.
Oh.
Saudi Arabia has never ever won a gold medal ever. Their dude kicking ass.
Yep.
That's no pun either because it's karate. Ha ha ha. So they're fighting, and you get 1 point for a hit from the waist up to the neck, 3 points for above the neck.
Yeah.
I don't understand all the rules. I watched the damn thing.
Yeah.
And I saw hits, but those don't count. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, they're fighting. The Saudi is up big, and there's like 2 minutes left for the gold medal. And first gold medal for the country. So like, oh man, this is amazing. Blah blah blah.
Yep.
The Iranian, he's trying to do a move, and he lunges forward as the Saudis kicking.
Yeah.
Kicks him right in the face, knocks him out.
Oh!
Knocks him out. The kick wasn't vicious.
It's illegal.
They reviewed it. You can kick to the head, too, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's legal to kick to the head.
Yeah.
It's a three-pointer. The judges looked at it. They came out, and they do, like, obviously people that listen can't see this. They do an X move.
Yeah.
Basically saying you're
ejected
disqualified.
from the contest, yeah.
Because they said it was too hard.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah.
I'd be pissed.
And the dude, and he didn't lose his cool. I was joking with the guy at work. I'm like, I would have lost. I would have kicked the ref in the face. I'm like, oh, yeah? So that's my little fun, random Olympic thing that I noticed.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Well, now I do remember at the beginning of the Olympics, I was hyped.
Yeah.
We won our first gold in Taekwondo.
Yes.
And it was this chick that was badass. Don't remember her name. Wish I did.
Nope.
Because she's badass as shit. She's like 18 or some shit.
Yeah.
She came out. I knew she was winning the gold when she walked out. She walked out like WWE style. She takes step on the mat, dead eyeing the chick, does the full splits. Like I'm talking like the, what's his name, Jean-Claude Van Damme splits.
Yeah.
Like the sideways splits.
Yeah, like you used to do with your action figures type splits when you were kids.
While dead eyeing homegirl. And then she got up without using her hands. She did some sort of scissory, and I was like, that chick's dead. I'm like, she's dead. She's going to die.
Right.
Like, on the Taekwondo mat, this girl's going to die. Like, you're not messing with... And then when she stood up to her, like, our American chick was probably, like, 6'2", 6'3", or some shit.
Yeah.
And the, like, I think it was... I forget who it was. I feel like it was Russia we were against. I can't remember, though.
That sounds right from what I heard.
Either way, their chick was, like, 5'6". So it was a pretty towering difference. And our chick came out and just, like, booted her in her head, like, 6 times right off jump. Just yak 'em, yak 'em, yak 'em. I mean, like you said, for that, it was also 3 points to the head or 2 points to the head, one or the other. And 1 point to the body type shit. But I guess Taekwondo was all kicks. I don't know. It seemed like it was all kicks. I only
Sounds
remember
like
kicks. Yeah.
it's one of the sports where I don't know anything about it.
It was also similar where there were some kicks I thought would be a point but weren't.
Yeah.
Because it was like a kick to the arm that was considered like a block, I guess, or something. I don't know.
That makes sense, but
either way, she waxed her. Like, the other girl had some good, like, comebacks. You could tell where she was really good at what she did, like the other country. Like, but she was just overwhelmed by this chick's size, and, like, she was just booting her in the head, dude.
That's wild.
It was wild, dude. I thought it was badass. That got me hyped, dude, because I watched out, like, right before I went to work.
Yeah, because that was early, too. That was like the first day, second day.
Yeah, and I was like, let's effing go, dude. Like, she's booting the shit out of her. And I guess I didn't expect a gold medal game to be, like, day 2 or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm used to, like, usually towards the end, but there are some of them sports that are only, like, 3 rounds.
Yeah, some sports, like what you just said, and I've learned, I don't remember noticing as a kid, if they even did it this way as a kid, but, like, Summer Olympics, the end of the first week is usually a lot of swimming medal rounds.
Yeah.
And the second week is track and field heavy. I've noticed that over the last at least 2 Olympics, Summer Olympics.
Yeah, because I think those are generally the most popular sports, so I think they try to spread them.
That's what I think. It's like, because I think in winter, they kind of sort of, in a way, do like skiing versus like skating stuff, but it's still more blended than summer.
Well, I think a lot of the winter ones are longer. I think most of those land where gold medals are towards the end of the second week.
Yeah.
You know, where
they are.
I think there's less first week medals in the winter.
Except for the random. They have their own random ones too.
But I think for the most part there, you know, the second week medals, because it's longer. There's more teams. There's more to get through. There's more preliminaries and stuff. Like Taekwondo, there's probably only 6 countries that participated.
Yeah, it's a smaller pool.
It was a 3-round tournament probably.
Oh, yeah. But you forget about that if you watch it. And you're like, oh, yeah, a medal game already?
Yeah.
Or medal match, or whatever you want to call it. So are you going to join the U.S. men's curling team for the 2022 Winter Olympics?
Man, I would love to, but those dudes are like more athletic than you think. They all look like middle-aged fathers, but from what I understand, that I've never played, but they said it's pretty intense.
Yeah. It's one of those things where we're sitting on the couch like, I can do that, and then you realize...
Yeah, we really probably can't.
Yeah.
Not on at least on Olympic level. We might be able to do it like generally.
Oh, for fun.
But yeah.
Fun to do. But that's... Yeah, so... But yeah, like...
But curling's badass. Now, my summer one I like the most is water polo. That's one of my random ones.
Crazy. Yes,
I love the water polo. Because they're just like beating each other's asses in the water.
And deep water.
Yeah.
It's not like you can stand.
No.
You get the dog paddle.
And it's kind of like hockey, too, where you get like 2 minutes for roughing or whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
penalty
you get penalties
box.
and you go into a box. You're like, you're floating in this little box. Like...
It's a cool sport to watch, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the nice thing about the Olympics is there's sports that I don't mind watching, but I won't watch it outside the Olympics.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, no, that's why I love the Olympics, though.
Yes.
Because it's like outside of really basketball is about the only one that I'll watch outside that I watch inside.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll watch baseball outside, but I didn't really watch much inside.
I didn't watch any inside.
No, I think I saw some softball inside.
Yeah.
But that's one that I watch less softball outside. But it's just, I don't know. It's like, that's something I can watch whenever I want to watch.
Yeah.
Like water polo, like you can probably find it somewhere now.
Well, yeah.
But back in the day, it was only aired during like the international type events.
Well, back in the day, the Olympics were more fun. We talked about that before many times. That like I'm the type, and I know talking to you, you're the type. I like being forced. Like when the Olympics come on, it was only on NBC, and they're like, you're watching this, you're watching figure skating, or you're watching gymnastics.
Yeah,
something I would know as a little boy, especially. I was like, I'm not interested in that. I want to watch.
Yeah, like I'll be honest, I didn't watch any gymnastics.
I didn't either.
Because I wasn't forced to, really.
Yeah, I did not either. I watched a lot of volleyball. I noticed this time around too. By the way,
I always watch.
Shout out UC's alum. She was on the volleyball team. I can't think of her name, which is sad because I just shouted her out. But she's the one that hurt her ankle.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Like the regular volleyball.
Yeah, regular volleyball.
Yeah, I did watch more regular volleyball than normal. I always watch the beach.
Yeah,
I like the men's and the women's beach.
Same here.
But then I watched more regular this time around too.
I happened to catch randomly Brazil versus Argentina super late at night, men's volleyball regular, and it was intense. I'm sitting there like laying in the bed, it's like 2 a.m. Like
that's what I like too, because you end up finding yourself rooting for a team. Like you know, like I didn't watch it all the way through, but that 3v3 basketball or whatever they call it. I was rooting for like Lithuania or some shit. I can't remember now, but it was like one team I randomly picked. No, it was Netherlands.
Okay.
I was picking, rooting for the Netherlands, for whatever reason. I think because they were wearing orange or whatever.
Like, I was go with them.
And I'm like, let's go Netherlands. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
And I don't know who ended up winning gold, but I watched a lot of those games. You know, because U.S. wasn't in that. I guess.
So you just pick someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of that, like I saw, like speaking of stuff that's outside and inside stuff or whatever, I happened to catch for a little bit there. It seemed like I was watching the X Games.
Yeah.
Like, I turned on, it's like
some of the skating
BMX and skating. Yeah, which I like.
Yeah, but I didn't want. I like that, but I almost would rather watch the X Games for that one.
Same here.
That's almost like where soccer, the World Cup, is better than Olympic soccer.
Agreed again.
Even though I like Olympic soccer, but the World Cup is the more intense.
That's their big one.
It's kind of like that for the X Games is more, and that's better than the Olympics version.
Now, my asterisk, not to bounce to Winter Olympics, because summer just happened, is they have a lot of X Game-ish sports in the Olympics, but like snowboarding and all that stuff.
But I watch more of that during the Olympics.
Same here. So that's just my little side bit.
But also, I think X Games, I could be wrong on this, but I thought it was originally the summer stuff.
It was originally that. But
it was the skateboarding and the BMX, and now they have Winter X Games.
But now I'm not into it like I was when I was younger. I was into X Games more when I was younger.
Yeah.
I'm like, BMX biking? Badass.
Yeah, which I still prefer the bikes. I've never been big on watching the skateboards.
Me neither, except I did like watching Tony Hawk.
Yeah, but I mean, that's when we were kids, and it was new, too.
Yeah.
Plus, the game was hot then. So.
And I can't skateboard worth a damn. I tried stepping on my nephews once, and like if I broke a rib.
But I just think it's kick-ass when you're like doing like 3 flips on a BMX bike.
Oh, hell yeah. I love BMX biking. I love that. Like the half pipe, the dirt ramp,
I like
all
the
of it.
dirt. I think that's what I like about it the most is the dirt one.
That was my favorite one.
Yeah, the half pipe's okay for BMXing, but I think I would just prefer the off-road dirt.
The reason why I mentioned half pipe is impressive. The air they get. No, the dirt one is
same with the skateboarding too. Is impressive, but like there's something about the dirt track. I think I would have liked to have done something like that as a kid.
Same here.
Same. So I think that's what a lot of that is. No,
but that's another thing I just thought of. Was like I'll turn it on at night and I catch like, oh, it's X Games. Mm-hmm. But I did catch the fair share of swimming. You know, I got enough. It just wasn't the same as it used to be.
No,
it's hard when there's not fans. But some sports I didn't notice that like if I would, because a lot of like the competitors or teammates were able to watch.
Well, with the Olympics too, certain sports there's not a lot of fans anyway.
Exactly.
Like curling, for example, I know for winter there's not usually a lot of fans unless if it's a gold medal game, maybe there's more. But like if you're watching just like a prelim, you know, like round 1. USA versus whomever. Unless it's like the host country, there's hardly anybody in the stands.
Exactly.
So
I've seen that many times with different events. Unless it's like a gold medal game, like you said, and it's a bigger sport with the gold medal.
But I feel like for the Olympics, at least summer-wise, track and field's the one that I notice the fans more.
Yeah.
But I think there's more interaction with the fans. You can see the fans more when they're showing the TV.
That's the stuff I think of. And you hear how different countries how they cheer, basically, with different instruments or noises.
And it's one that you can cheer while they're doing it, too.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that, like, a lot of the Olympic sports are quiet when they're playing.
And then you cheer when it's over.
Yeah.
Like, when I was watching fencing early on, and I understand the concept. I even understand the scoring. Like, they have the LED or whatever, the lights.
Yeah.
But like when you watch it happen so fast, I'm like, I don't know, I can't tell who won. They just go woo and start screaming. I'm like, I guess he won.
Yeah, he looks happy.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
But no, but I think technology is helping that stuff. But yeah, no, I love the Olympics though.
Yeah,
I'm still an Olympic nerd. I fell off a little more than I thought I would this year.
Me too.
But I can't wait for the winter. And luckily, we only got to wait for 1 year now.
Yeah. Talking to you now got me excited more for the winter ones coming around. So I think it's also easier to watch the winter ones, just because it's already dark and I'm laying down.
And you're already at home watching TV.
I'm like, let's all watch. Yeah. And it's something different, like way different. Mm-hmm. We don't live in like a Winter Olympic area either. It's not like we don't live in Colorado, right?
No, yeah, so stuff I never grew up doing ever. None of it.
Exactly. So it's even more like, oh man, that's really intriguing. Where like track and field, basketball, even volleyball, stuff like that. We've done that.
We've done all that. Yeah.
Not at that level, obviously.
No, but we've done it. We've played the games. I've never bobsledded.
No.
Nor will I probably ever bobsled.
No.
You know, I've never two-man luged.
No.
I've never even ice skated, let's be honest.
Okay.
That's
I've done that.
I could have done, but...
I have done that before. I've skied once, and that was like
I've never skied.
Our perfect north, so it's not like a mountain.
No, but ski, just putting them on.
Yeah.
That was something
That's weird, by the way.
That's something I never had interest in. I was like, that looks insane.
It is.
I was like, not doing that. The ice skating I probably would have done at some point, but now that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not doing that shit now.
I don't see me doing that anymore either.
You know, but Yeah, I'm not bobsledding. Oh, excuse me. I'm not bobsledding and things like that. So,
nah.
You know.
It looks fun as hell, though. But, yeah. Closest we came probably is actually just regular sleds.
Oh, yep. But, so I guess,
So, yeah, it's...
baseball then.
Yeah, the Olympics wrapped up. We're in the heat of the...
Which baseball did win the silver medal in. Todd Frazier and company won the silver.
I did not know that.
They did win the silver.
I didn't pay attention. So.
As we're segueing into regular baseball, Frazier and company did win the silver.
Yeah, Todd father. Mm-hmm. Todd father. Yeah, it's interesting that, like, you know, a year ago, we weren't in, like, we didn't have the same stuff because of the pandemic. So, like, everything's just weird. So it's nice to get back to, like, we had a full baseball season.
Yeah.
And we're in, you know, we're getting to the dog days of summer. Yeah. We have, like 6-7 weeks rest left of the regular season.
Yeah.
So I know it ends, like, the first weekend of October.
Yep.
Both our teams, you know, like the Reds
are battling.
The Yankees are finally playing the way that I thought they were going to play.
Yeah. So it's just coming down to like the Reds are in must-win games. Last I saw today, they were losing 5-0 though. So
yeah, I was about to say that. Like
it's rough.
It is rough. It's been an interesting season overall, though. Like, I don't know. I feel like the Dodgers aren't doing as well as I thought when we did our prediction show.
No, well, Trevor Bauer's out.
Yeah.
With his little scandal, if you will.
Yeah.
But they've reloaded up. Even minus Trevor Bauer, they should be the best team in baseball.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
And the fact the Giants came out of nowhere and just dominated.
They're a nice surprise.
Division.
They're a nice surprise.
Then who else? You got the Padres. They're doing about what I expected.
Yeah.
I just kind of figured I would have took San Francisco out of the picture and thought like Dodgers first, Padres second.
Yes.
But now it's San Fran, Dodgers, then Padres. So
and San Fran, the last I checked, is slightly starting to pull away.
Yeah. So.
But not by a lot. It's still
with what is it? Tatis out for the Padres. That's rough for them.
Yeah.
That's where the Reds are trying to pounce, and they were close. They were as close as 2.5 back.
Yeah.
I don't know where they stand now that they've lost to Cleveland and Atlanta for 2 games. I don't know if the Padres won or lost.
Me neither.
I didn't pay attention to that because I kind of got mad.
Yeah.
So, and then if the Reds lose again today, it's going to get harder and harder.
Well, like I was telling you before, it's like I feel like we're in the, if you will, like a weak window where we need to do something now or we could really hurt ourselves.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you're going to make it harder to try to catch up the ground that you need. Because, I mean, let's be real. We're going for the wild card. Milwaukee pulled away, and you know, I feel like they're safe.
I think so. I thought so after the Pittsburgh series, I thought we had a shot.
We did
because we were 6 games back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, we got a shot at that. Still, it's an outside shot, but they had a shot at it because I was like, if they beat Cleveland and then they start, you know, then maybe 2 out of 3 from Atlanta, 2 out of 3 from Philly.
Yeah, you
know, but now that you've lost 2 in a row, if they lose today,
it has to be 3.
Yeah.
I can check real quick.
Yeah, pull it up.
But and then we got Philly, who's red hot next. You know, Philly's I think 8-2 or 7-3 in their last 10. So that doesn't help. And in Philly.
No, it doesn't make you feel good about it.
And
especially if you're gonna fuck around and get swept by Atlanta or some shit.
So it's the top of the 9th right now, and we're losing 5-3.
Oh, so there's a shot.
Yeah.
But
0 out, so it looks like the first batter's up right now, 1-on-1 count.
And we're batting obviously because it's in Atlanta.
Yep.
So this is it for us. We got to win this.
Now I don't like this, but right above the Reds box score, the Red Sox are beating the Rays 18-1.
Jesus.
And the Rays are in first place right as of this recording. By the way, it's not like the Rays are like the Diamondbacks.
Shit, no, they're good.
Yeah, they must be having this off night. That's I always, no matter what team it is, I get impressed when I see a score like that in baseball. I'm like,
now,
18 runs?
I will say I'm a baseball fan, but I will fall off for the playoffs if the Reds and Yankees don't make it.
Same. Baseball's one of the sports where if my team doesn't make it, I fall off.
And even, honestly, like, even if the Yankees make it, but the Reds don't.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this year I'll keep track of the Yankees closer. But I guess my Yankee fandom part of me, because I'm a Reds and Yankees fan, I'm sure you got listeners know about that now.
Yeah.
But my Reds part is so interesting because they don't make it all the time, but my Yankees arrogance which is always hated upon, is that, I'll watch them in the World Series.
Yep. No, you're right.
Or at least the ALCS.
Yeah.
I never worry about the Yankees in, like, the first round, usually. This year that it's tighter, I'm like, okay, I probably will.
Yeah.
But years past, it was like the Yankees fandom arrogance of, I'll just watch the ALCS.
Yeah.
I'll keep up on them in the ALDS, but...
I was the same way as you, but I think I'm a little ahead because the last few years since we haven't been as dominant as those eras.
Yeah, you've had to keep
I remember watching a wild card playing game, ones we lost and won.
Which I will watch the playing games because that's a one and done.
Yeah, those are fun.
Those are exciting no matter who's playing.
Which the Yankees won tonight.
Oh, did they? Good.
5-2.
Who are they playing?
They played the Royals.
Oh, okay.
And the Yankees are 63-51 now. So.
Yep. Well, that's also what's sad, though, is that you take the Reds' record and put them in the NL East, they're the best team. Or at one time they were. Maybe not at the current moment, but, you know.
I'm looking at now, they have 2 more wins than Philly.
So, yeah, they're the team in the East.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Do you think that baseball should change any of that? Or do you stay with the old school, like you win your division?
My old school mentality says you stick with it. I say the same thing with the NFL. Years ago, they had problems when the 7-9...
like
Seahawks made it, and I think the 7-9 Panthers or 7-8-1 one year Panthers or something like that made it. It's like, but that's how it is. You know that. You know if you win your division, you get. I mean, because part of me's like,
and you build your team to win your division,
right? And I say, part of me, if you win your division, and the teams that you play the most, then you should get it. Now to go with where your question came from, I also get like you want the best teams, in the playoffs, So
I know we have our chance right now to beat the East teams because we're playing Atlanta and Philly, and we're not proving ourselves good.
No,
at the moment, but
like with that being said, comparing to others, we have 2 less wins than the Yankees, who are only they're 6.5 behind Tampa Bay, but they're catching ground. The Yankees are 7-3 in their last 10. So put it in perspective of across leagues. So in the AL East, we're right there even.
Yeah.
But to go back to what you're saying, the NL East, because that's the weakest division in baseball, we still have 2 more wins than the red hot Phillies. Now, San Francisco's leading the league at the time of this recording with 72 wins. They're 72-41. Still impressive that they are doing what they're doing.
Yeah, and they to me came out of nowhere. So
and I think another one, if you've listened to other episodes, you'll notice already. But if you're new to us, is I think the surprising one is the fact that the Twins are dead last in their division.
Yeah,
and the White Sox, luckily for our pizza bet, are in first, and I went with them.
Luckily for you.
But I will say, when we did our prediction show, I thought the same as you. It was going to be Chicago or Minnesota.
Yeah, but Chicago's ran away with that shit.
Yeah, because Cleveland, as of right now, they're still 1 game under 500 for their overall record.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, correction. Kansas City's now last in that division. Minnesota pulled up.
Boom. On our way.
So, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of, there's some surprises this year.
But no, we figured either Chicago or Minnesota would take that division, so it's not a surprise.
Right. But there's also enough surprises, like you said earlier, that San Francisco is the best team in all baseball.
That one surprised.
Not only their division.
I didn't think they would compete in their division, let alone best of baseball. The AL East, I mean, I thought Yankees, but I'm not surprised by the Rays.
No, they're that random team, man.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by them. Oakland was kind of a surprise for me. Are they still in first in the AL West?
They're second. They're 2.5 behind Houston.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting about Houston.
But Oakland's 8-2 and on a 5-game winning streak.
And they weren't a huge surprise because I think that's who I picked otherwise, but I just kind of thought Houston would win that one, I think. Or no, I picked the Angels. I'm sorry. So that was a surprise.
Oh, yeah, we did. We both did.
I forgot. I thought the Angels would be better, yeah.
Yeah, the Angels are 500, 57-57.
So that was a surprise on the other end that they're losing more than I thought, but Trout's been out.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help, but I still thought they'd hang in there a little more.
Yeah, I thought so too.
But like like you said, what was it? The NL West. I mean, besides San Francisco, what other divisions is there?
I think the NL back to the NL East real quick. I think Atlanta kind of surprises in the opposite direction as well. We had them stronger than what they're doing. They're an average team.
Yeah. Now with NL Central, I wouldn't say the Reds might be about where I hope they would be, honestly. Record-wise.
Yeah, I think
Milwaukee surprised me about how well they are doing.
Yeah.
I thought that the Reds' record now would be good enough to be fighting for the division at least.
2 things. 1, Milwaukee, their saving grace is they have an excellent bullpen.
Yeah.
2, how many games have we lost because of our bullpen? We could easily be winning this division.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. Now, with that said, though, my biggest surprise, though, is Milwaukee's record still.
Yes.
For me. Like, I thought our record now would be winning the division.
No, I agree.
They have 68 I'm not saying we couldn't have done better because our bullpen has screwed up. I mean, it's been like 20-some games they've blown.
Yeah.
So I get it, but like I still thought that this would be a good enough. I thought the NL Central would be more the NL East records.
Well, to add to what you're saying, so to put it in perspective, Milwaukee has the same number of wins as the Dodgers right now.
Yeah.
So
I never expected
that's
that.
how well they're doing with their
And
record.
I didn't expect St. Louis to be as far back as they are.
No, they for early in the season, I felt like they're like, okay, I can see them competing. Yeah. They're a 500 team. They're 57 and 56. Mm-hmm.
And I thought the Cubs were overrated coming into the season. I didn't think they were this overrated, though.
Me neither.
Where they would sell everything.
I thought they were overrated in the sense that they're getting older, and we're building the rest of the division's building minus Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh didn't surprise either of us with that.
No, I figured they're going to be bad for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. So,
but no, I don't know. So I guess I do agree though. I guess leave the formats how they are. You win your division, you're in.
Yeah.
Kind of scenario, but it does annoying when your team's like better than half the league.
Oh, that's where I'll probably complaining.
And at this point, I'm probably not making the playoffs.
Yeah, that's where I would complain. But as a traditionalist, to keep it pure, as far as not my teams, I like it because it just adds a nuance to everything. It's just how it is. Like you know me for 20 years. I like that. Like this is the formula. You stick to the formula. But the weird thing is I'm cool with adapting certain sports, evolving sports.
Well, I've adapted to like the extra, like the play-in game to an extent. I always thought I was fine with a wild card. I was like, okay, I can live with that when it first came out. And I was like, all right, I'll stick with a wild card, no worries.
Yeah.
But now that there's a play-in game, at first I was like, that's kind of dumb because you're giving a team that might not be that great a chance. But I think it's been proven that those two teams are usually so close.
Yeah.
It'd be one thing if it was like Dodgers are 10 games over the Padres.
And they play each other to see.
And they play each other one game to see. So if the Padres just have one good game, they're in over the team that's been clearly better than them all season.
Yeah.
I
can't, like you said, I can't think of any times where the playing game, it was like that. I feel like they're always, like you said, close.
Yeah.
Which the playing game itself is exciting because it's a one-game series. Yeah. So you see, like, the chess match, like, they'll change pitchers every few innings.
With that said, my devil's advocate on that is that it was more exciting, and maybe I'm biased because the Reds are in it, but 99 when it organically became a play-in game. There was no such thing as a play-in game then.
Nope. But we had to figure out who the last person was.
But they tied. It was the Mets and the Reds tied. They had the same record. So it's like, all right, we gotta have a one game playing game to do. And it was, and I guess maybe it was more exciting because it was the Reds, but I think also part of it was more exciting because it was so organic.
Yeah,
you hadn't seen that happen before,
and it actually gets you into the real playoffs. Like there's a concrete division between regular season and playoffs. Where now you have this, like, they consider like the top two wild cards in the playoffs, even though it's not in the playoffs yet. Exactly.
Like they shouldn't. Yeah.
Where now it's considered like the wild card game or the playing game is considered part of the playoff.
Part of the playoff game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where that playing game in '99 was part of the regular season.
To get into the playoffs.
Correct. Yeah.
I still remember when that game was going on. I just started working at Target that summer, and I was working that night, and we were doing giving updates over the walkie.
Yeah.
What's the score in the Mets-Reds game? And, of course, the results of that, but...
Did not go our way.
No, it did not.
But it was exciting, and there's something to be said about that, too, though.
I agree with you.
I don't know. I don't mind the play-in game, though.
It's grown on me.
Yeah. Plus, it could have helped the Reds, so...
Yeah, it
helps keep the regular season, I guess, more exciting. Because if there wasn't a play-in game, I'd be less confident that we could catch the Dodgers.
Same here.
Like we could maybe catch the Padres again, and then at one point I thought maybe we could also catch the Dodgers, but like to not have that, it's like we wouldn't have a chance. Our season would be about toast.
Yeah,
to turn the team from a buyer to a seller.
Yeah,
So
I get. Like you said, hit it
because baseball doesn't want to burn their season out too early, but
no, I mean they've always had to deal with the fact that their season's too long, and then you got football right
yeah,
on
and
the
you got
corner.
football starting up, so they're already going to lose. And if you lose interest going into the playoffs, you lose some playoffs.
Yeah.
People watching the playoffs probably.
And, well, you kind of said it before. If my teams don't make it, I am that guy. I'm a football guy.
Yeah.
So I'm already transitioning to football. If the Reds and Yankees are in it, okay, I'm not going to even watch.
No, for me, I won't watch again until the World Series if the Reds and Yankees aren't in. And then depending on who's in the World Series, I catch most of it maybe.
I'll say even then, depending on who's in it, the World Series. I have watched some exciting World Series in recent memory where neither of my team's in it. It's just exciting game to watch. I mean, I hate to say it, the Cubs, when they won, was exciting because it went to extra innings. I'm like, this is in Game 7 on top of it. Like, this is wild. Just as a normal fan, I'm like, this is pretty cool to watch. But like, it's not like NFL. I watch every Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Or
unless I work.
Well, yeah. But you're interested. You're interested at least still.
Yeah.
NBA Finals is starting to fall into the MLB or the World Series a little bit.
Yeah.
Because for a while there, it was always the Warriors and always the same
this
teams.
year is the first year I watched in a while.
Yeah.
Like all games.
Yeah, this one was a good one because
I watched all games I could
Bucks.
possibly watch, minus when I accidentally fell asleep or was working. But even when I was working, usually I got home in time to watch most of the game.
Yeah, because most of the games, unless it was Sunday, they always tipped off at 9.
Yeah, but the Sunday one still only tipped off at 8.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like god awfully earlier.
No.
You know, so.
No, that's all. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it worked. Yeah, I'm kind of. I'm not as. When I was younger, what I was gonna say is when I was younger, I would watch every sporting event all the time.
Same.
No matter what it was, I'd watch every minute of everything I could watch, and now I've grown out of watching all the sports all the time.
Which is weird because obviously we talked about it off the mic many times. Like, have you done it? I'm like, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Where like I still love sports. Don't get me wrong. This is like now I'm like diversifying, if you will, my interest portfolio. Where I'm like, I want to do this or watch that or But I still.
It also depends because I get hyped up too. Because like there were some NBA playoff games I probably wouldn't watch if it wasn't for old Adam Burns texted me and said, "Hey, watching this shit?" I'm like, I wasn't, but I am now. Like, like.
Or you pause your movie, switch over to it, and like, yeah, I'm watching it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, yep, I'm on it. No, I have not been watching it.
Like, but I am now.
And there's some nights because of the Reds competing. I was flipping between the Reds and the NBA.
I did the same. So. Yeah, during the playoffs, because the playoffs were later this year, as you mentioned too. It's like so many options. And
but it is the weird part of sports though. Where we got baseball, but that's it.
Yeah.
Olympics is an anomaly, so we at least had that to kind of guide us through some stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're getting to the point of sports where it's like, all right, is football season going to start?
Yeah, and we had our first NFL preseason game last Thursday.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame game.
Yep, which I watched 0 of.
I had it on. I watched, paid attention to like a little bit of the beginning. And then I had it on, and I also had to hop on for work that night, so I had it on in the background.
Yeah. See, I was working myself, so by the time I guess I did turn it on when I got home for a second and realized that all the like fifth stringers were in.
Oh yeah, and none of the first stringers. I mean, they played.
I didn't figure they were in at all either, but at least like the beginning of the game, there's players you knew.
Najee Harris played.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, they wanted to get him some reps. And I was telling someone at work, is like I was still drunk because it's your first taste of football again.
Yeah.
And I enjoy the interviews they do because they do the interviews with the inductees throughout the game.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm a nerd. I like that stuff. And it's weird because we're at the age, we've been at the age now at this point where we're seeing players that we watched growing up getting inducted.
Yeah. Now, who won? Who went this year? Peyton?
Peyton Manning was the big name in this class. Charles Woodson was another one.
I didn't watch any of it. I'll say that right now.
Yeah, I watched all of it because I'm a nerd. But I recorded it because I'm like, I need to get to it when I can. I can fast forward. Megatron.
Oh, yeah.
Megatron was in it. But it was interesting because they did the 2020 class on Saturday and the 2021 on Sunday
because of the Corona.
And
who was 2020 then?
I'm going to go ahead and pull up the list and give everyone their full credit. But the Peyton Manning speech, if you haven't listened to it, it was good. It was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Some of the really, they always put the really old guys in there too. Mm-hmm. Some of theirs were really good. There's one I'll see it when I pull up the list.
For me, it's more just like if is one of my favorite players, which I do like Peyton Manning, so I probably should watch his speech. But like, I only tune in if it's one of the players I liked.
That's how I used to be. I'm just getting nerdier with
like mine's like
stuff.
Primetime Dion when he went in. Yeah, I'll watch that.
So you want I want to read off.
Start with 2020.
Yeah, 2020 is long because they did the bicentennial or something. They did something special for the 2021. So here's the 2021. Or 2020. Steve Atwater, Isaac Bruce, Harold Carmichael, Jimbo Covert, Bill Cowher, Bobby Dillon, Cliff Harris, Winston Hill, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yep, Jimmy, that was a good one.
The GOAT.
Alex Carras, Troy Polamalu.
Oh, that's correct. He was Webster.
Yeah, yep.
Webster's dad.
Troy Polamalu, Steve Sable.
Oh, Steve Sable.
Yep. Donnie Shell, Duke Slater, Max Speedy, sorry, my eyes. Ed Sprinkle, Paul Tagliabue, George Young. That's the 2020 class.
Okay.
So it was interesting because a good number of them were ones that we dealt with, whether coaches or players in our life.
Yeah.
So it was always interesting. See what they say. And then we go on to the class of 2021.
21.
We have Alan Faneca, Tom Flores, which his was great. So he was the first Mexican coach in the NFL, coached the Raiders, and they won their last 2 Super Bowls they won, the 80-81 season, the 83-84 season. So he's like 88 years old.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have to go second in this because I'm 88. I go to bed at 9 o'clock. It just cracked me up. He's like, 7 o'clock. He's like, I need to get ready for bed. You guys are crazy.
Yeah.
So anyways, Calvin Megatron Johnson, John Lynch, Peyton Manning, Bill Nunn, Drew Pearson, and Charles Woodson. So that's your class for 2021. I'm trying to remember. Might have been Drew Pearson because that's the only one I don't. So if it's him, he's the original 80. Yep, he's the original 88 with the Dallas Cowboys. His speech was amazing, hilarious, and he caught the first Hail Mary that ever existed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was neat. But that always kicks off the football season, right? So I'm done with my nerdum on the Hall of Fame part.
Yep.
And we're getting into the preseason. And I think tonight is the first episode of Hard Knocks featuring the Dallas Cowboys on HBO. So I want to check that out sometime because it's streaming, so I can watch it whenever.
I have to tune in now that I have access to it. I've never had a Hard Knocks access before, so
check it out. It's good.
Watch.
Yeah.
Zeke.
Yeah, so company. I'm gonna watch that here. So that's coming up. Preseason's underway, starting I think today's Wednesday, so I think it starts tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think there'll be more. Off. Yeah. When do the Bengals play? Saturday?
Yeah, they play Saturday against the Buccaneers.
Ooh, the Buccaneers. Yep. So a little Super Bowl preview action.
Yes, sir.
Now, I've heard, unfortunately for the Bengals, that our offensive started off pretty rough.
Heard the same.
So
unfortunately.
You know who hasn't started off rough?
Who's that?
Chase Young.
Chase Young.
Washington
is predicted to be the number 1 team from the NFC East because of their defense.
Because of Chase Young, specifically.
Him specifically, and Montez Sweat is his little buddy.
So all I can say is I'm rooting for Burrow, but if your boy shits the bed, all I know is we could have Chase Young and Justin Fields.
Annoy the hell out of me again this year,
aren't you? Unless Burrow goes to the dang Hall of Fame, you'll always hear it.
Oh, so you're talking about even beyond this year? Okay.
Oh yeah, for life. He better go to the Hall.
I mean, after 1 year, nothing against Burrow, but the way Chase Young's changed the Washington football team, I'm like,
I know, and that's what I said. And then we could have had Fields also, and that's me being a homer for sure. Because I'm not saying Fields will be better than Burrow, but the combination of Chase Young and Fields, to me, would be greater than one player.
Look what Chase Young did with basically nobody as Washington's quarterback. And they brought in Fitzpatrick just to hold over.
I know, that's what I'm saying. And that's what I was trying to preach last year during the draft when we could have got Chase.
Yeah.
You know, and that's... But everybody was like, no, we need a quarterback. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but I knew with, and not poo-pooing on him, but I knew with like Fields and Lawrence coming out the following year, and even some of the others, that I was like, there's more quarterbacks coming out next year.
Yeah.
And I get Burrow's a hometown guy, and I'm rooting for him too. I mean, I'm a fan, but it's like, I'm being a homer with, you know, and I love defense too, and we needed that at that time as well. We still kind of do, but like, you know, we needed that at the time. So I'm like, we have a lot of needs. Yeah. And I feel like just the knee-jerk reaction was like, no, we got to get the quarterback. That's it. If we don't get the quarterback, then nothing will change. And it's like, well.
The league's almost turned into that, though, if you think about it. They're like, oh, the first team, they're drafting the quarterback. Like, I was hoping,
which I understand it's the most important position, but
same here.
But if he's on his ass all day because he doesn't have a line, it doesn't matter who the hell is back there.
Well, like David Klingler back in the day. Yeah. Not saying he's Burrow-esque, but.
No, but I mean, yeah, you're not doing shit if you're on your ass.
Right.
You know, I don't care who you are. You can be Brady if you're getting fucking rushed.
But that's why, like, with this year's draft, I was kind of hoping the Jaguars didn't draft Trevor Lawrence, only because everyone was so positive they would. And they did. But I'm like, let's just mess with
I'm
them.
an Urban guy, so I want, like, Urban to do well, but I don't want Lawrence to do well. But that kind of ties together.
Yeah.
You know? But basically, I want Urban to do well, but I want Fields to do better than Lawrence.
Yeah. No, I understand that. Maybe they'll go with, I can't think, Minshew. Maybe Lawrence is like
he said he was not. He said he's fighting for it.
I saw that. Yeah.
He said he didn't take a shit in weeks because he doesn't know anything about being a number 2.
I saw that. He's great.
Yep.
Great for quotes, if anything.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think? Like, this year is the first year that the NFL expanded. There's 17 games per.
It's going to be different.
Yeah.
And is the playoffs expanded too now, or?
It was expanded as of last year.
Oh, okay, so they expanded the playoffs last year.
Yeah, it's 7 teams per conference.
Okay.
So only the number 1 team from each conference gets the bye week now.
Okay.
Which it seemed to work fine last year. It was more playoff football for us. I was happy.
Yep. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I honestly, my honest opinion is we're not going to see much difference. Like, it sounds different and everything, and it's like, oh, it's an extra week, but I think it's one of those things where you get used to, like, ASAP. Oh, this is an extra game.
Yeah.
And that's saying as a fan, obviously, not as a player. The player's probably like, man, another one?
I mean, it just depends. Like, it depends which way it goes for the season. You know what I'm saying? If it ends up being needed and, like, 2 teams are fighting and maybe they wouldn't have played each other if there was only 16 weeks. You know, like, there's 2 sides of the story that could happen. But I think ultimately, yes, 3-4 years from now, it'll be nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just initially it's going to be a change.
Yeah, it is weird.
And there's going to be positives and negatives. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be, all right, well, whatever. The Bucks haven't cared since week 14, so that's just another week
a month
to watch.
Them,
a month of no one giving a fuck. Now,
I haven't looked into this. Did the Super Bowl move back a week then? So it's not the first Sunday in February. Now it'll be the second because of all of this?
Don't know.
Yeah, I just thought about that. So I didn't. That'd be interesting too.
Or are they starting the season a week earlier?
Yeah, but the season's ending still, and like
I'm asking. I have no idea.
Oh, sorry. It's starting around the same time because the season's ending. Basically, I looked at this year's schedule. We have 2 games in January.
Okay.
So like our
so the season is ending later.
Correct, by a week.
Oh, so then probably, I'm assuming, yeah.
I'm assuming, too.
So I didn't look, I don't know, but I'm assuming. I guess we could look it up.
Yeah, I imagine they didn't take away the bye week between the conference championship games and the actual Super Bowl. So I would imagine that it would be later. So that might be kind of weird, but again, in a few years, you'll get used to it type thing. So I'm trying to see what the date... if
I can get it to pull up naturally. It's running super slow.
Oh, yeah, that's how it always goes. Yep, it will be played February 13th, 2022.
Okay, good. You
in
got
LA.
It. Mine's still refreshing. My phone's acting pointless right now.
It has been kind of a pain for you tonight, hasn't it?
My phone's been, pissing me off tonight.
So, but yeah, I forgot it's in LA too. But yeah, so it is. It's like mid-February when football ends.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly weird, but it's by a week, so you'll get used to it quick.
Yeah.
I think this year will be when it's weird, but like,
I think the Super Bowl date would be the biggest adjustment.
Yeah.
It's because we got used to it being the first Sunday.
Well, remember when we were kids and it was in January still?
Oh, I remember. Yeah, it was like January 24th, 25th.
And didn't it start a little earlier even when we were kids? I know way back it was like a 1 o'clock game, but like I feel like when we were kids, like...
It was like kickoff was like 6.
Right.
Now kickoff's what, like 8?
It's before that. It's like around 6:40, I think.
Oh, then maybe it didn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was so early.
I just felt like when we were like... I'm talking about like when the Cowboys last won their Super Bowls, it was a little earlier, but maybe I'm wrong. I was a kid, but...
I can't remember.
I do know like back when Super Bowls first started, it was... Because you see the old film, it's daytime during the whole game. But I mean,
get it being more primetime-ish.
Hmm?
I get the game being more primetime-ish.
Same here.
And there's just so much that goes on that's why they start at like 6:40 rather than like 8.
Yeah, there's so much
halftime's so fucking long.
Pomp and circumstance with it.
Yeah,
halftime drives me nuts. I'm sorry.
No. I personally wish the game started more like 7:30 or 8.
Oh yeah, because you usually work.
Yeah, even if I work just during the day.
Well, yeah, because I know you told me there's times where you feel like you have to rush, even if you get off in time for it, but you're rushing to.
Yeah, I'm still rushing to
get ready for the big game.
Oh yeah.
And if anything, especially if you're trying to go somewhere.
Yeah, that's why I never go anywhere, because I always have to at least work in the morning. So I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not going to drive, rush around, and just get to a party. I always want to watch the game. So
yep.
But no, but just in general, I think outside of that, also I think I wish it would start at 8. Like I said, I just feel like a prime time over a Monday Night Football vibe.
Well, and you know what's funny about that? They like college football. Their championship game starts at what, 9?
Yeah. Which almost is a little too late.
I feel like it is.
I think 8 o'clock's the wheelhouse number. I don't know why we're doing 9s and shit.
No, but it's not just college football either. College basketball championship, the same way. Like,
yeah.
Why is college so obsessed with 9?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I get, like, you're trying to get the West Coast people, but guess what? We run things on Eastern time zone in this country. Sorry, West Coast fans, but you guys are...
the only thing I can think of is because theirs are always on Monday for the college championships or Mondays.
So maybe get the people that are working on the West Coast home.
Yeah,
like
at least let them get home.
Yeah,
because if they get off at 5, and if the game started at 6 on the West Coast,
that's probably what it is. But
yeah,
it's still weird because. But the point I was going to make was because I have two of my cousins live out on the West Coast, if you will, not technically the coast, but
Western time zone.
They get used to it.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not trying to be an elitist. It's just how traditionally in this country. How the East Coast, we're the first ones to hit things. So I
don't even know, why do we need time zones? Besides, I understand the sun's in a different spot.
It's so you don't have to say in like Hawaii that at midnight it's light out, I guess, type thing. You know what I mean? Like I get what you're asking. It's basically so the sun's in the same spot no matter what time zone you're in.
Yeah.
So once you hit that time for you, it's like, oh yeah, the sun's there at noon.
So it's more, I guess so.
But I see what you're saying, because why can't you just say it's 12 o'clock and we just grew up to learn that midnight, say midnight in Ohio is actually like evening time as far as like where the sun's at.
Yeah.
You just get used to it.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying.
I get why they put it in initially, I guess, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Yeah.
But I guess that would be why they don't start at 8, because then you go subtract your 3 hours, it's 5 on a Monday, so...
But still.
Let
us complain.
Yeah. But still. Also, my question is, why does the Super Bowl have to be on a Sunday?
I'll say a lot of people for Saturday.
Yeah, a lot of people said Saturday, or I would push for like a weekday.
Well, yeah.
I'd push for like a Friday.
Friday would be cool too, because the day after the Super Bowl is the most call-off day in the country.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, one way we can fix that. I know people still work on Sundays, you included. I get that, but like all kidding aside, why you don't need it on Sunday? They have a bye week in between already, so it's not like a short.
You can do it on any day. Yeah,
correct.
I guess maybe that's just the traditionalist of football's played on Sundays.
You can't call it Super Bowl Sunday anymore.
Well, that too, but I just meant
marketing. No, I know what you mean. Professional football
is generally a Sunday game.
Correct.
But people have proven they'll stay up for Monday Night Football, so you could have it on a Monday night.
You can. Because you're talking about baseball before. Football is one of the sports where I'll still turn on like Monday Night Football, no matter who's playing.
Yeah.
Thursday Night Football, I'll turn on.
Yep.
Now, the older I get, I fall asleep.
But football fans have proved that they will watch it. I guess it's probably because it's not always for the fans, too, because I guess you'd have less Super Bowl parties if it was a Monday.
Yeah.
You'd have less non-football fans watching it on a Monday.
Yeah.
So I guess there's reason. I don't think it'll ever change, but I'm just saying in
general.
That's
a good point, because you got a lot of people that are there just for the party, for the food, for the commercials, for the halftime show.
Yeah, they're there for the other shit rather than watching football.
Yeah.
As Bill Burr says, the people that ruin the fucking game.
Yeah. Well, I think you said that once. I won't say any names, but you went to a different Super Bowl party than I did because of your job. Mm-hmm. And you're like, man, I wish I just came with you, because everyone's too worried about like talking.
Oh, the extra shit, yeah.
Yeah.
They were about the party aspect. I'm like, I just want to watch the fucking game.
Yeah,
Shut up.
It's the championship game.
Yeah, like people would start talking when the game started. And I'm like, what are you doing?
I feel like it was like one of the close Super Bowls in recent history, too. And you're like, come on.
They would all get quiet when the commercials came on, and then they were talking during the game. I'm like, this is the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah.
No. And I've even had, I won't name names either, but I've had one of the stores I was at, a manager requested off so that she could watch, quote unquote, watch the game.
Yeah.
But she literally said, I just want to go to the Super Bowl party. I'm like, but I actually want to watch the game.
The thing that we're having a party over.
I actually want to watch. I'm interested in the game, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I should miss it because I want to watch the game.
No.
You want to watch some commercials? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I care about actually who wins.
On top of that, you can find the commercials on YouTube or Snapchat or wherever.
Yeah.
They
well,
have
this was probably pre that. I'll give you that.
Okay, but
this was. I think YouTube.
You're still not wrong.
But yeah, but no. The point was, I want to watch the game. I don't give a shit about the
that's
party.
the main thing.
Like I'm not even going to a party. I just want to go watch the game.
Well, you know what's messed up? On top of that, because I agree with you, by the way.
Yeah.
But what's messed up was when I was a kid watching the Super Bowl, the commercials were funnier.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed both.
Yeah.
Like I still was there for the game, but like the commercials were at least funny. Now it's like there's maybe one or two, maybe.
Yeah. No, and they're not. And I think honestly, I think that's something that technology ruined to an extent, though, is that I can just watch the highlights of the commercials.
Yes, you
on
can.
YouTube. I can just watch the top rated.
They have the countdown.
Yeah, they have the top 20 Super Bowl commercials from this year.
Or with technology, sometimes they leak them before the Super Bowl. I've seen some where it was before the Super Bowl even happened. I'm like, oh, I already seen that.
Yeah. Yep.
But either way, we're both in it for the game, as you should be.
No, but at least it was before, too. I was less likely to, like, want to run to the pisser during the commercial because I'm like, oh, what if the Doritos commercial comes on?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. It's almost like I'll go at halftime, I guess.
Yeah.
And even then, halftime wasn't 8 years long like it is now.
No.
But
it's a spectacle, so I don't think it'll change.
No, God, no. It's the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, that's like the end of the season. We're getting ready to hit the beginning here. I'm excited as I normally am. We have all kinds of stuff surrounding outside the game itself that involves the game, like fantasy and pick 'em and all that jazz. I'm excited to see some of these rookies and see some of these guys come in, see fans in the stadiums again.
Yeah.
Here. Because there's a lot of stadiums that opened last year that they couldn't have fans in it, like the Raiders and the Rams and Chargers stadium. Beautiful stadiums, but
they had their opening days without nobody in it,
which is stupid. But I noticed, I was looking at the schedule, like there's a Monday night game for the Raiders. I'm sure for the Rams or Chargers.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I know the Raiders for sure because it's early in the season.
I think all of them should get one, personally, just because of their stadium. I think the Rams, Chargers, and what the fuck, Raiders. Did I say that right? All three teams should get Monday Night Football.
Yeah. Yep, I agree with you.
Yeah, I think they all should get a primetime game because of their stadiums.
And they may have.
Even though two are in the same stadium, it's still different because it's two different fan bases, and I'm sure they'll take the Rams shit down and put up the Chargers shit or however they do that at the stadiums.
Like the Giants and Jets.
Yeah. Because I actually saw a video on how they do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was their old stadium, though. The video was from.
Yeah.
But it showed how they literally like strip everything, take all the Giant shit down. They're in like one of them cherry pickers around the stadium, pulling down every banner on every light pole. Yeah, literally. Like they said, it's just like the next day after the game, if the Jets are in town the next week and the Giants are out, then literally Monday morning or Tuesday morning, if it's a Monday night game, they're out there just taking all that shit down.
I say, sure, it's tougher when it's like, say, the Jets play on Sunday and the Giants play on Monday, both at home, versus.
Do they do that?
Sometimes I feel like I've seen that.
Okay. I'm sure then it's really intense. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, hurry up. Mm-hmm. Now, it's always interesting when the Jets play the Giants, but obviously technically it's a home team, so you still have to do what you're saying. Yeah, so you still have to do it. But it's still interesting. It's like, damn it, they both play here. It's just, I don't know.
But no, it's wild that they go and strip the stadium, unlike the Clippers, where the Lakers banners stay up.
Yep, I like that.
But they do change the court and
Yeah, which that's interesting too. Because basketball court, the wood floor, it's like, how do they do all that? It's crazy.
But they have to strip the Giants logo out of the middle of the stadium and the end zones, and then throw the Jets one down, and which is a little harder because it's like grass. You're not removing grass and putting new grass down.
Correct.
I don't think, unless they might be using some sort of turf, so they might actually be doing that now in the new stadium. But the old stadium was they were washing it out and redoing it. Where I think actually one of the stadiums, I might have seen a video on that. It might have been that stadium. Maybe I'm wrong. I saw one where they were literally changing the end zone out, and it was like tiles.
I think I've seen that before.
But I don't know, though, that wasn't one of the professionals. That might have been for something else altogether.
Which is very interesting that they can even do that, because you got to think, you get to those tiles, they have to place them perfectly. Otherwise, if there's a little lip, player can trip on it and hurt themselves.
Oh, it was like the Ohio State, Wisconsin, and Indianapolis.
Yes, exactly.
Dude, came out. He's like the hype train guy for the video that he went out there and what's his name for Fox was doing the play-by-play on him.
Yeah.
He's like, just look at him go. I've never seen a guy repair the grass so fast.
I remember that. That's right.
Yep.
He's just out there going to town. I'm like,
it
was at the goal line. He's
it's at the goal line. Ohio State's about to score.
But they have to wait
and they're like, chit, and he knows it's nationally televised. It's
sweating his ass off.
It's a close game.
Yes, it is.
So there's all kinds of variables, and he's just probably freaking out.
Could you imagine that was you?
God. Oh, God, dude, I'd have a heart attack.
I'll break something or ruin something. I'm like,
and it's probably something he's never done before, because usually things like that's kind of like, shit, how do I fix this?
Right.
This has never happened. Like, so he's trying to probably on the fly figure out how to do it.
Hey, he did it, though.
Yeah, no, but it's yeah. It's one of those things because I just imagine, like, for my work, when things go wrong that have never gone wrong, even though I'm a vet, it's like, I don't know how to handle it. I've never dealt with that before. That's new.
Well, and
that's a new problem.
I had to analyze it, like, okay.
Yeah, but
he had to do it on the spot with millions watching.
Yeah, he has moments to do it, and the whole like game is being delayed because of this. So he's like, shit.
Yeah, a big game, too.
And he got it done in like 10 minutes or something. Which
it wasn't bad.
No, they're like, that's amazing they got that shit done in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I forgot about that. He was just going to town at it. And like you said, the announcers were like going at it like, oh, man, there he goes. He's going to town at it, and he did it. So it's interesting, which I guess college football is also obviously coming along with everything that we're talking about, and the beautiful game of football, man. I'm just excited.
I'm definitely a college guy over the NFL, though.
Yep, and you're an NFL guy. So.
America.
But I enjoy both. I enjoy the sport.
No, I enjoy both.
Yeah, it's just crazy though that we're actually getting there, because I know we talk about like June when it first starts getting hot. Like, man, I can't wait for fall football.
Yeah, and that's a lot of it too. It's the weather.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like, I'm ready for fall. I hate the heat.
Yeah, which earlier today in Cincinnati, Ohio, heat index was 104.
Yeah.
104.
Like, at that point, I'm not going to a Reds game.
No.
Not that I go to a lot of football games either, but it's like...
No, but the point being, it's a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, I'm even baking in my house, you know, like...
Right.
You have to stand, like, right in front of the air conditioning vent to get cool.
Right.
You know, it's like, Jesus, it's hot.
Especially in these older houses that you and I live in.
Oh, yeah.
It holds the heat in like you're in the oven or something.
Oh, yeah. I let my dog out earlier. I was like, sweet God, what is this? I'm like, you better hurry up, dude. Like, this is horrible.
Yeah, you're on melt. Let's go.
Like, but, all right. We're about at the hour mark, so I guess we wrap up this episode.
Yeah, and obviously stay tuned because we will have actual NFL or football episodes coming up. But this is just...
We're supposed to collab here soon, too, with the Dirty Plays podcast.
Yeah,
and be
stay
on
tuned
there.
for that.
So we're going to collab with them very soon on talking about our Legends League, I guess, Legends Fantasy Football League that we are trying to get together still.
Yeah.
There's still some stuff we're trying to work on in that.
We're so close.
But, all right, well, I guess we're about done.
Yeah, I think it's time to wrap it up.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Yep, see you next time.